saw an early version of this talk, those slides don't exist, and never admit that you saw them because nobody should see them. Okay, now the ADA is an awesome thing. It's basically, it's the thing that we have in this country that allows people who are disabled to not be discriminated against. It's a wonderful idea. I kind of wish that more countries would do it. And to be honest, there's only one problem with it, that it kind of sucks. It's basically, we're kind of lowballing the problem. We're saying, let's build a bunch of rules to make sure that not discriminated against. But, I mean, there's two parts of it that are really important. I mean, when you think about discrimination, there's two different things that go on. I mean, it starts with the Civil Rights Act, and that was when a whole bunch of people were being discriminated against for reasons that were just kind of retarded. Basically, because of the color of their skin, or their sex, or their gender, or just anything they were doing. And the reasons, there's no good reasons for it. Like, and here's basically where the ADA, the different titles that are there. But basically what comes out is we want a system that pays attention to what's special about people who are disabled. It's not just about discrimination. It's about they might need accommodations just to get stuff done. So it's not just how do we make sure that nobody is basically keeping them down because they're afraid of them or they just don't like the color of their skin, but they might actually need a way to get stuff done on their own. Like they might be blind, or they might need to be in a wheelchair. They might need some extra thing. And we need to sort of separate these two, and the problem with the ADA is it doesn't do that. It basically kind of lumps them together and treats people who are disabled as being like them. Now, there's limits here. I mean, I'm not going to be a fireman. This is my dream when I was 5, to be a fireman. It ain't going to happen. I mean, there's rules and there's laws to make sure that you have to be able to do the job, whatever it is. But what they're trying to say is, and here's the problem. Disability is defined as a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits a major life activity. Now, major life activity is stuff like eating or drinking or, getting up a flight of stairs or, whatever the thing is. You're really trapped in this definition. And just like I was trapped at this, well, I'll explain this in a second. But basically, you're trapped because now you're forced to live up to this very weird standard that means you can't do other stuff. Now, this iBot, this chair, this wheelchair, cost $26,100. Sticker price of a Nissan Maxima 12 years ago. How do you convince an insurance company to pay for this? I mean, now insurance companies aren't evil, they're just cheap. And so how do you convince them to do it? Here's the phrase that I dearly love, by which I mean I hate with a passion that if I could find the person who wrote it originally, I'd kill him where he stands. Not medically necessary. This phrase makes no sense. It's said by doctors, but they're not even talking about that. Now the question is, am I disabled? Now this is actually at Fremont Studios. It's that place that has walls that curve up from the floor. I can actually stand in midair in that room for up to 5 minutes before it finally gives up and says, okay, I don't know what you're doing, but this isn't working out. I was a special invitee of the government of Tamil Nadu, and this is a place where the curves are like 5 inches high. I was able to get around and get stuff done. I mean, am I disabled? No, with this thing I'm not. I'm actually able to get a lot of stuff done. Now, this was when I was at the Playboy Mansion at the Halloween party, and my date was just only in gold paint, and Mr. Belding, the principal, felt her up. Now, this is, the original talk involved a bunch of these things. I have to tell you, this was fun, but what's really fun is the number of consulting jobs I've had since then working for various adult film companies. Now, the insurance rules are really, really different, okay? They basically turn around. They don't say, were you able to give this person a ride into the VIP lounge at the Bonza Bash? What they want to know is, can you reach a high shelf? Can you reach a closet? This whole not medically necessary thing was ridiculous. It was designed to help with discrimination, but really what it does is it boxes you into a limited lifestyle, saying, let's make your life good enough so that you can be at home and be happy with that. We have to set our sights higher. Johnson & Johnson discontinued the iBot after 8 years because they only sold 250, it's like 256 chairs, I think, which is kind of fun from a geek standpoint. But now, I want people to not just exist, I want people to live. And so I want more iBots, but I want more people to just not be sitting at home, because there's like 14 of these in the Pacific Northwest. I've only seen 2 of them in public. So there's 12 people who are just sitting at home with this thing. We need people who are enjoying life and being out there. Thank you.